Absolutely. They say that it takes the average person between 50 and 100 hours to put together a WordPress website. Um, and really not just
Wow.
WordPress, any kind of website, between 50 and 100 hours. And the way that I always equate that to people is I say, okay, how much are you charging per hour for your services? How how much is that hour worth for you? So even if you're only charging $30 an hour for your services, if you spend 100 hours working on your website, you have lost out on $3,000. It adds up
Wow.
very, very quickly. So I always tell people, I'm like, you can either spend it focused on your website and beating your head against the wall because there's going to be something that you're going to run into that you don't know how to fix, or you can bring in people who know what they're doing, who can do it very quickly and very efficiently, and then teach you how to do it, how to work it after the fact, while you spend all of that extra time with your family and making more money with your clients and spending it working on building your business rather than like just trying to make it survive. So a
And
website is
and
always an
what's
investment.
interesting is, yeah, right? Because interesting, a lot of times that we're by trying to save money, a lot of times we end up losing money because if I'm not a WordPress, queen as you are, Mallory, I may spend 300 hours. You're saying 100, but that's of course if you already have some of the basic skills into check. But if you're starting from scratch or you're just trying to learn it, that could take 300-400 hours, and still not happy with what the product that I've coming that I've built. So it's saying that to be able to find someone like you and have me focus more on building business, meeting with my clients, connecting with new clients, and as you mentioned, spending time with my family, and then save the time so that I can grow my business while you're actually helping me to grow the business with a new website. So I love the concept. A lot of times we don't want to give up, our babies. We don't want to. We think that maybe by giving it to you, you may not do it as a good job as we see it in our minds. But in reality, when we talked about, the WordPress, you literally customize it till the person is super satisfied with what it is that you're providing for them.
Yep, absolutely. And to be honest, most of our clients that come to us for custom design work, they are people who have already had a website and they don't like it.
Mm,
Most of them have gone through and they've DIY'd it and they are embarrassed by it because it doesn't showcase who they are. It doesn't have that, maybe they're looking for a high class feel and it doesn't have that. It doesn't showcase that. And it gives people the wrong impression of them and their business. And half the time we hear from previous clients that they don't even show people their website because they're so
oh my,
embarrassed by it. So it's what's
oh
the
my God.
point? Not only have you wasted all of this time putting it together, but now you're not even showing it to anybody and actually trying to gain clients from it. So I'm like, it was
Wow.
just a huge waste all over the place. It was just a huge waste. So
So, so let me ask you this. So now that is actually true because I've had websites where I wouldn't show anyone because I wasn't happy with it. So that is that is a fact. So it is important that if you're going to spend the time, spend the money to get it right, try to get it right the first time. But let's talk about a little bit because sometimes when it comes to the branding, now a person may want to do the website, but you're helping also with the branding, which is really part of how the person show up to the client. So how do you help a client to prepare to meet with you when it comes to the branding side of it, and what information should they have ready when they would call someone like you to help support them in building their website?
yeah, so because we do require our custom clients to come to us with their branding. They've got to have some sort of idea, um, so that we can actually put together their website. Because if we don't know what audience they're trying to reach, we can't design the website because it's all about your ideal client. It doesn't matter what your website looks like or functions like if it is not talking to your ideal client, it is a waste. It is just garbage, just throw it out. It's all about your client. So we really try to work with our clients and help them hone in their branding strategy if they don't have one in place. Sometimes they'll come to us and they have fonts and colors, but it doesn't really match the direction that they're trying to go with. So we'll kind of help walk them through that process, thinking about what kind of colors are your clients, what kind of colors do your clients like? What are they attracted to? What kind of fonts do you think that they would use? If you're going for a sophisticated look, what would they find to be sophisticated? It's not about you, it's about your audience, because you want to make sure that you're attracting the right people. And we do the same thing when we start talking about the copy for the website. It's okay, let's talk about your message. How do you want to talk to them? Do you want it to be casual? Do you want it to be more professional? Is it first person point of view? Is it third person? Are you saying we, like you have a team? It's all about what kind of impression that you want to give to your audience and to your readers. And all of that comes into your branding strategy. I'm a firm believer that a good brand is the foundation of your business. If you do not have your branding be rock solid, then everything else is going to kind of crumble. So
you're right on point with that, because that's like, say, if I'm wearing red and I'm building, if I'm always like, let's say if I love to wear red, which I do, but if I love to wear red but my website is actually orange and purple, right? It doesn't match. So it's important to really align, as you mentioned, the fonts, the colors. That makes a big difference. It puts you in an alignment when you're congruent with your message and that copy. So do you help with the copy, or you're looking for the client to bring the copy with them? In other words, copy meaning, like the wordings on the website. Do you help with that?
We do. So we actually have a very extensive copywriting guide that we provide to all of our clients to kind of go through and really think about the purpose of each page. We talk a lot about what is the point of your website? What is its purpose? What is the one thing that you want people to do when they land on your website? Okay, now let's focus on that. How are we going to get people there? And we really treat the website like what it is. It's a sales funnel. That's its purpose. It is meant to lead people from point A to giving you money, whether they are buying a product or they are paying for services, or even if you just have a blog that is selling affiliate products. We are trying to lead people to the point of paying you money, because if they're not paying you money, then the website hasn't done its job. So the website is a very in-depth sales funnel. So we really kind of focus on each page and its purpose and the strategy behind it and why it's laid out in a certain way.
And as you mentioned, it is getting us out of this startup process that can last years. I've dealt with businesses that have been in startup mode for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And if you're not making money, it's really an expensive hobby, isn't it?
Correct.
So it's important how you set up the foundation of your business, which is a good sales funnel. As you mentioned, a good website is really a good foundational way to connect with your clients. So by you working with their copy, their branding, even the font, you would think that it's just, okay, let's put this all together, 1, 2, 3, bam, you have a website. But there's so much thinking and there's so much work behind putting all of this together to connect the branding to the website, to the message, to the story. Oh wow, it's a lot. So it's a lot for a person to do on their own. So it's a good thing that someone like you would be able to come onto their team and help them put all of this message together.